What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all if you're new so you get notified as soon as the new content drops. So let's get into this one. This vid here, I'm just going to be talking a bit about, again, the Anthony Joshua, or should I say Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua, because Daniel Dubois is the defending IBF heavyweight champion. They're going to be fighting in a few weeks' time now. 21st of September, so you're talking about just over 3 weeks, and this is just going to be my sort of early prediction, early thoughts on who I think is going to win. And yeah, in this one, just to cut to the chase, for me personally, I'm picking Anthony Joshua as of right now, and that's not nothing against Daniel Dubois. But for me personally, the reason I pick Joshua, is because I think Joshua is the man that's had the greater experience of the two. Although I will give Daniel Dubois one thing, I think his last two opponents or last three opponents have arguably been, well, they've arguably been better than Joshua's. I mean, Joshua has had Wallin and Ngannou in his last couple of fights. And obviously Ngannou's a MMA fighter, so, you know, no real boxing experience. Wallin, good fighter, good southpaw, so you give him that. But Dubois, to his credit, last opponent definitely beats Joshua's in Filip Hrgovic, who was touted as a bit of a bogeyman, a bit of a danger man in the heavyweight division, undefeated going into it. So, yeah, Dubois had a good scalp there, and Big Baby Miller, at the time when Dubois fought him, was also undefeated. So, yeah, Dubois coming off some decent wins, and bad performance was the Usyk one, and a bit of controversy there. But for me, I just feel Anthony Joshua is the man with the greater experience. And while I will give it to Dubois that I think of the two of them, if I'm being objective, Daniel Dubois definitely got the better engine and better stamina, as I've mentioned in my other video. But I think Anthony Joshua's just got the better in-ring intelligence, and I think he's got the better punch delivery. I think he's more accurate with his shots, and he's more precise with the punches he does throw. And Anthony Joshua, one thing you'll have over Dubois is the timing. I think Anthony Joshua, as he's got later into his career now, he's become a lot smarter and a lot sort of wiser in the way that he fights now. Now he's really precise with what he does. He fights at his own pace, and he picks the shots well. And when he picks his shots, the shots he lands are always these powerful counters, and that's what he done with Ngannou, who, fair enough, he doesn't really have much experience, but it's the same thing also he did with Wallin. He just basically, you know, lit Wallin up with these sharp counters, you know, all night long. And it was just a matter of time, and Wallin just got hurt from early in the fight and broken down and battered. And the same with Ngannou, who came in there full of confidence, and Joshua used his clever counter punching and just walked Ngannou onto a big right hand, and that was it. And I think with Daniel Dubois, you know, the same sort of outcome is what we're going to see, where I think Anthony Joshua is going to be able to stop Daniel Dubois somewhere around the midpoint of the fight, around, you know, let's say around between 6 and 9. That's that sort of time, that midway point in the fight, going into maybe towards the championship round. Somewhere between there is where I think Anthony Joshua wins by stoppage. And for me, as I said, it's all based on the ring intelligence of Anthony Joshua. And I think with Dubois, he is a good fighter. He's a very fit fighter, strong, you know, he's a powerful puncher. So AJ could be in trouble if Dubois is able to perhaps take his power, if Dubois is able to somehow take Joshua's punches and still keep coming forward, and they don't, if Joshua's big haymakers don't have much of an effect on Daniel Dubois. I think that's where Daniel Dubois will come into his own and grow in confidence. But in my view, I think that's not what's going to happen. I think Dubois is going to eat some heavy leather from Anthony Joshua early, and I think he's going to be discouraged in the fight from quite early because of the two of them. Joshua is a bit of a, he's not like a pure boxer or anything, but he's a good counter puncher. He's good at making you lead off, and he's good at sort of bringing you onto shots. And I think Dubois will be brought onto big shots, and he'll be made to possibly go into his shell from somewhere in the sort of first, I want to say 4 or 5 rounds. I think at some point Joshua's going to get to him and hurt him, and Dubois is going to sort of go into his shell, because I think Dubois, he needs to sort of win rounds to keep himself on top, and he needs to be landing punches. And I think Joshua's going to be countering him with big, powerful shots, and I think he's going to be able to sort of frustrate Daniel Dubois from early, because of the two fighters, Joshua's just a slightly more skilled guy. And I think even in terms of hand speed, although Dubois is the younger man by 8 years, when you look at the punch delivery, Joshua's just that bit more correct. And I would say he's that bit quicker with how he delivers his punches. So for me, I think Joshua's advantage in speed, and I think the counter punching ability, the way that he's able to set his shots up, and his in-ring intelligence is what's gonna bring him to victory. And I think it's gonna be most likely a TKO or KO victory. But don't get me wrong, as I said previously in my other video, Dubois has a good chance. And Dubois does pack a punch too. He does punch very hard too. So if Dubois catches Joshua, and he catches Joshua early, and maybe he hurts Joshua to the body or something like that, Dubois does have a valid chance here. But I just think Joshua's just gonna sort of overcome Dubois with his superior timing, because I think, again, that's another thing Joshua has over Dubois. It's the timing, knowing when to strike, when to punch. I think Joshua, with all his experience and his sort of superior skill level, I think he's going to just be able to time Dubois and land those hard counters at the right time, and that's going to break Dubois down and eventually stop him. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my early prediction. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Let me know whether you agree with me. Do you think Anthony Joshua stops or KOs Dubois? Or maybe you're one of the people who you think the opposite. You might think Dubois wins. But let me know anyway in the comments. And until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.